So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher, and I'm delighted to have you here for this solve. This is our attempt at a Sunday grid, and it's also our 1235th solve for this channel. Very excited about that. That just seems such a momentous occasion, and yesterday was 1, 2, 3, 4. It was kind of a fun thing, especially for some of our numbers lovers, like Her Majesty herself, Queen Sue. So our word of the day is barbatulous. This is having but a small beard. You know how many times I could have used this in my life for those people walking around with this little bitty scruffy stuff coming out, but acting like they're all, because they got, it would have been nice to have that in my word hoard. But nevertheless, musical history today. In 1959, The Sound of Music opened at the Lunt-Fontanne Theater in New York. And today in sport, interesting. In 2003, a 16-year-old Lionel Messi made Football Club Barcelona debut. Walked out, subbed. First time. Did we have any idea at the time? No, we did not. No. So, and today in history, in 1824, New York City's Fifth Avenue opened for business. I mean, wow, right? So, happy birthday today to Burgess Meredith. He came into the world in 1907. He's done a lot of movies, including Rocky and all that stuff. Come on, Rock, you can do it, Rock, kind of a thing. But I think my favorite role he was ever in has to be The Twilight Zone, where he played some guy that just wanted to be left alone to read books. He just wanted to read every book there was. And then one day, everybody just disappeared. Like it was the nuclear war or something. He's the only one that lived. And he came out and he had all the books, but then he broke his glasses. So, typical Twilight Zone. Anyway, love Burgess Meredith. Absolute. It's just absolute everything amazing. In 1951, I want to say happy birthday to Tim Swick. This is a picture of him and my mother at the ski lodge there at Lake McQueeney, Texas, where they live. This is my Fati. Alles gut zum Porttag. Alles gut zum Geburtstag, meine Fati. And in 1952, Shigeru Miyamoto, this is the Japanese video game designer and creator of Mario, which is why he stands out. I've never played a single Nintendo game in my life, ever. Not once, but I know these characters, right? Because of the crossword. And so with that is our history. Why don't we get ready to hop into our grid? But first, a little bit of solver's courage. It is a Sunday. And my, do I have a big week ahead of me. So let's hop into it and see what we got here today. So we got a Randolph Ross construction edited by Will Shorts. Should be fun. Let's hop in and see what we got. Misquoting Shakespeare. Now that, I just have a feeling that we're going to be saying Shakespeare Majors Unite somewhere in there, right? Let's just see what we got. They're charged for long trips. And I guess iPads is going to be too short. Seems like that's the thing you'd be charging for a long trip. Let's see. Costume garments made from bed sheets. Toga. So we'll go with togas. Done deal. Parisian possessive. Louis. His, maybe. Blank Holmes 2020's role for Millie Bobby Brown. I have no idea. King's assessment of his son, the Crusader. Okay. Here. And, okay. T. They're charged for long trips. Assuming togas is right. Do we have anything else? Hub for K-pop could be Seoul, South Korea. So perhaps we're talking about Teslas. Depot, abbreviated, maybe a station. Flood protection, no idea. Many a casual fitted top. could have a lady something. Ladies tea? Let's check it on the shorter one. I didn't expect that. No. Santa's view. Well, we've got to remember that T could be really wrong. I don't know. Probably get a better idea once we have something else to confirm ladies. Done deal could be a sale. Here could be on Earth. So the flood protection could be an ark. 2 by 2. So do we have Enola homes? I wouldn't know. Good. King's assessment of his son, the Crusader. Like some cameras and agendas could be hidden. DOJ branch that deals with trafficking, maybe the DEA. Honkers. Swan Lake Row could be Odette. Oh. Or I quit? Huh. Okay. What a detailed person might dot. Of the eye? I don't know. What if you dotted the T? Maybe it wouldn't be so detailed, right? I don't know. I didn't expect that. Maybe a G of some sort here. No, Mr. Nice Guy could be an ogre. So, OG? Many a time could be oft. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have what I'm feeling is going to be a challenging Sunday as far as Sundays go. I have a feeling we're going to have to earn this one. And considering I had more espresso today than I should ever have in my life within a couple of hours span, I hope I don't fat finger something because I'm feeling a little on the jittery side. So let's just see here. So with 61 down and 78 across, food at this restaurant stinks, but the duck seems fine. Oh. Something athletes strive to break, perhaps the Thai cuisine with boat noodles. Fair is for a spot. Dots on faces and maybe pips. Dominoes. Die, right? Dice, whatever. I mean, just saying. Maybe the wine will calm me down. Let's see. Little untruths. How about fibs? Special ops. So, food at this restaurant stinks, but the duck seems fun. Maybe Uncle Sam's Land, informally, maybe the U.S. of A. Inserted as into a printer could be fed, not fad, and tried for a second term, say could have been reran. Boy, we got to check everything here today. So scratch the surface of, say, we're just talking about this, as a matter of fact. My bride and I in the kitchen earlier, making dinner. Well, she was making dinner. I wasn't asked to do that today. We were talking about, well, it just has a little character talking to something that had a scratch or something on it, right? And I was like, yeah, but if I take a slammer, take like a hammer and smash in your brand new Ferrari, then it's not like, oh, it's got character. I mean, it's still a marred up thing. Anyway, interesting that it would show up there. Twisted, let's see. Frequent question about the spelling of Caribbean. Man, okay. The possibility of losing one's job as an example, and this could be a stressor. But you see what I'm saying? Like the stressor, yeah, that fits, and it works beautifully there. But what if it's not the right word? And then we got to go back and check every little thing. Like honkers could be geese, and I feel better about stressors as a result. Really? That so? Did you just call me a fatso? No, I said that so? Is that a fact? Just imagine spa handout could be a towel. Corner key could be the escape key. And let's see, Wayne's World. Party time, excellent. Tool with a point could be an all specialized skill. Art, early smartphone model of the 2000s. Ugh. Okay, King's assessment of his son, the Crusader. Oh, good night, as in good night, sweet prince. I'm gonna try it. That's Shakespeare. I have no idea. I don't think I was keeping up with smartphones 2003. I was in the Army. I was busy deploying and training and stuff like that at the time. So Wayne's World could be, it's like John Wayne's World would be Westerns. And Rob of the West Wing, or Rob Lowe. Nickname heard in Westerns. How about Tex? Stand out. Maybe Excel. Disney World souvenir. Maybe a cell. Formerly with law enforcement and formerly an ex-cop, I guess. Platt, who starred in Broadway's Dear Evan Hansen. I know that would be Ben Platt, I think. So this must be maybe FBI. Get Ben in there, maybe ex-FBI. All right. So radiate could be to exude. What if you were exuding excellence? I feel like I do that everywhere I go. Kidding, of course. Don't do any such thing. Garage job could be a lube. Okay, to thine own what? Santa's view on loyalty for those who help him. So to thine own elf. Be true. Very clever. Clever one today, Randolph Ross. Very clever. Tribulation. Oh man, what do you think this is? Could be a woe. No longer in as good a place. That's a woe. Conflict that ended with the Treaty of Nanking, and I think that was the Opium War. But I think in history, Nanking, the Treaty of Nanking, I think the Chinese might have called it something different, like the lopsided treaty or something like that. I mean, like, I don't think they really felt like it was a fair deal, but I think we got a woe here, and I think this is going to be worse off or something. Get off the fence could be to opt. Like dark green avocados would be ripe. Harder to grasp in a way. Oh my gosh, I don't know. No lose situation could be a sure bet, perhaps. Davis of old Hollywood. We've got to be there, so I'm going to go with the one who had Betty Davis eyes. And harder to grasp. So we got ourselves Elier here. You know, we get these things so much in the grid, these eel terms. And I have never used anything. I've never used the word eel or any of its variants, metaphorically or otherwise, really, unless I was talking about, sushi or something. I mean, but now all of a sudden, I feel like I'm just going to start using, he's an Ely, son of a kind of a thing, right? I mean, I don't know. It's very strange. Microphone inventor, I think Berliner, and I think this is Emil. I think take full responsibility for something could be to own it. Aspect could be a facet. So I think we got worse off in Frère Jacques. Nature calls. Marine menace. Yeah, orca. I mean, I see they've been attacking boats lately. I'm telling you, this is the one thing. The one thing. You know, those killer whales. I don't know. They bother me more than like great whites. I've heard stories. I've seen stories where people can punch the great white in the nose or something, you know, and then it'll like leave you alone. Like, hey man, that wasn't nice. I was just gonna eat you. You didn't have to hit me in the nose, kind of a thing, right? No, I mean, yeah, orcas. I don't think they care. I don't. You can't punch them or anything. I mean, absorbed as a cost, maybe 8, like an orca would 8 me. Earth Day subject could be ecology. Oh man, I hope we get through this grid today. We're working on this. This is a Sunday job is what this is. This is like, you know, mowing yards or something or cleaning pools, and that person gives you a call. They want to do that startup special and ain't nobody touched that pool in 15 years. That's what this Sunday is, metaphorically speaking, of course. Language, that's the source of the word khaki, and this is Urdu. Something that I learned right here in the crossword, to be honest with you. Gal from Israel, Gal Gadot. So nature calls, maybe roars. Why not? Talk at length could be to gab. And customarily could be as a rule. LA's blank stadium, site of the opening ceremony of the 2028 Olympics. And I guess we're talking about the SoFi Stadium. Seeing that an awful lot. You know, I'm also a very proud football fan. I'm very proud of my graduate alma mater, TCU. But gosh, they've just imploded. They just don't know what happened there. They have 6 wins. I think they get to go bowling, but I don't know what else. I mean, gone wrong for sure. Is this AWOL? Let's try it real quick. I mean, I guess it's over your head, maybe a roof. AAA job could be a toe. So frequent question about the spelling of Caribbean. Oh, 2 B's or not 2 B's? No, so we got a little soliloquy action coming in from Hamlet here. So let's go with 2 B's or not 2 B's. Nail salon brand, I guess Opie. Lead into dollar or chemical, could be petrochemical, petrodollar. So prefix suggesting low cost could be econo. Game show purchase from Ryan Seacrest. Looks like, well, yeah, Pat, can I buy an E? Oh, for sure. Yeah, that would probably fit there, wouldn't it? So fair is foul, and foul is fair. I think we're playing off of Macbeth a little here. Capture author who coined the word munchkin, L. Frank Baum. And capture maybe to bag? Maybe to bag. College seniors test, maybe a GRE. Campaign worker could be an aide. Shake off could be to elude. Memorization tool. I don't think it might be a flashcard. Just try it. Olympian queen could be Hera. Ghost-faced could be Ashen. Odd numbered page. Verso recto. Pool equipment could be cues. Mozart can be seen on some of them. Yes, he sure can on the euros. Euros. Competes for as a contract, could be bids on. Does it seem like it got a little easier over on this side of the puzzle? And it does to me. Like it's got a little bit easier on this side of the grid. Doctor's order for short. We're talking about an MRI. The Godfather weapon. I think we're looking for the Girotte. That is a brutal thing. I mean, just a brutal thing. Especially the ones that have little spikes in the back. I mean, gosh, we've been to a million of the medieval torture museums or whatever here in Europe. And I mean, it's just unbelievable. Some of the stuff that never even existed, it just like came out later, like the Iron Maiden and crap like that. But wow. Marvy would be fab, because we Marvists, we would be all about that, so I misspelled. Girotte, go with fab. Warning to a beachgoer on St. Patrick's Day. What do you think this is? Beware the tides of March. It would, kind of dealing with a little bit of Julius Caesar there, right? Let's try it. The tides of March. And we better immediately get to checking that, because that's an awful long string there that I've just kind of committed to. Final words could be an epilogue. Quick check. Blank Art School in Santa Clarita. That would be Cal Arts. Papa Bear of the NFL. That was the guy that owned the Chicago Bears, right? It was a Hollis. Oh, gosh. Right-leaning. Clever. Italic. Partner of Parks for short. Could be Rec. Oh, what do we got here? Schnoz, Honker, or Beak. Okay. Sent. On its way. Castle fortifications could be parapets. I'm feeling pretty confident in all of this. Now what I feel like I need to do is get back down to this Beware the Tides of March. I mean, it seems like it's going to fit perfectly, and it's kind of punny with the rest of this stuff. Yeah, represented. Where the CDC is headquartered, it would be in Atlanta. Parade attraction could be a float. Okay, so maybe represented could be typified. Yeah. Might I add? No, you may not. Bob, you may not. You barbatulous individual, you. Go shave. That's not a beard. Get rid of it. Go shave. Family man, how about a dad? Getting warm could be near. That's a clever one too. So what do we got here? Lost shipment inquiry could be a tracer, which is interesting because I do tracers all the time, but what that means is going out and taking a look and seeing what's going on clinically as far as quality and patient safety is concerned. So we do tracers all the time. Just keep forgetting that there's other meanings to these things, right? That can't be that way. Europe's tallest active volcano would probably be Etna. And one wearing a striped shirt informally could be the ref. And find charming, maybe to adore. Sign of a smashing success. Smashing. How about standing room only? We'll see if it works. Because no matter what, we can kind of start feeling a little confident, and we just got to remember down here, right? Over there, remember that this is number 33 down? Formerly with law enforcement, ex-cop? Yep, no, it was ex-FBI. Unless I'm really messed up somewhere in the process. Selena Blank, the Veep on Veep, and no idea. Let's see, Eastern Ties could be obese. Weed killer. Blank honorific for a judge. How about her honor? So I guess the hoe Schnoz, honker, or beak. So I think we have a nose by any other name. A nose by any other name. So do we have, is it a mire? Broke down could be to have cried. Yeah, I don't know who Selena Meyer is, but I guess figure that out. Wally Blank, astronaut who commanded Apollo 7, and that would be Wally Schirra. Now I gotta remember if I'm spelling even that correctly. I don't know if I've spelled that in a long time. Leave red-faced could be to abash. Scope could be an ambit. Movable parts of record players. Oh, wow. When's the last time you ran into tone arms? Oh, at the gym, right? Everybody's got tone arms at the gym, but I don't know. I'm talking about like tone arms. That's the sucker that's the thing that moves over. It's got the needle on it, right? He's All That. Channel for cinephiles. Okay. Isn't every movie channel a channel for cinephiles? I mean, really? You know, I get Turner Classic Movies, and whenever I want to rewatch or just want to watch a Hemingway novel instead of reading it, like it's time to reread A Movable Feast or something like that, or The Sun Also Rises. Yeah, I think I'm just going to watch it tonight on Turner Classic Movies, right? Versus, you know, taking on 3, 4, 5, 6 days of reading when I have time for that. I mean, you know, it's just what I'm saying. Israeli PM before Yitzhak Rabin. I guess we're talking Golden Mare. And list of candidates could be a slate. Dam on the Nile could be Aswan. Aswan, yeah, because I think this is in Trice. So Sunni or Shiite would be Muslim, and Spanish for good would be bueno. So, all right, now team transports. No idea. Meditation sounds. No Mr. Nice Guy. Fly in the Ointment. All right. Yeah, nothing really clear on that one. TV role for Lucy Lawless. And I think this was Xena the Warrior Princess. I'm thinking. So, are these ox carts? James of Misery. Well, actually, if you know him like I did, is it Jimmy Kahn? He and Bobby Duvall and Bobby De Niro, the four of us, you know, they called us the Four Amigos. And we kind of created our own Algonquin Round Table. But we did it in Dallas, Texas at a place called Prego Pasta. It was a terrible restaurant. It didn't have any business, so it was easy to get in there and just kind of take over and just order a few things, and they were happy with us. Yeah, I'm just making all of that up. But it would be really cool if that was true. I mean, I would love that. Yeah, Christopher, Jimmy, and the two Bobbies, right? You know, what fun that would have been. Scent of a Woman Dance. Ooh-ah! So, yeah, we got a Pacino here, huh? We got a tango. If I were half the man I used to be, I'd take a flamethrower to this place. Ooh-ah! So I think we have ox carts, which is just crazy. I mean, this whole puzzle has just been nuts. I'm loving it. Twisted could be Ryan. I think that gives us a meanie here. And meditation sounds could be ohms. Flying the Ointment could be a snag. And I am sure we fat-fingered something somewhere. This was a lot of work, but how did we do, Bob? Holy cow! Wow. Not bad there, Sporto. Ah, so... Ooh-ah! Yeah, no kidding. This is... Okay, let's go through this stuff. This is misquoting Shakespeare. I'm loving it. Good night, sweet prince. Fantastic. To thine own elf be true. To bees, or not to bees. I love this reference to the hags, right? You know, fair is foul and foul is fair, and eye of newt and all that good stuff. Schnoz, honker, or beak. A nose by any other name would sound just as sweet. And beware the tides of March. I thought that was really cool how it just kind of came to us there. And I know it came to us because, I mean, it was just kind of really a given at that point. I mean, we had an F and then a March or something here. But it just looked like it was going to be beware the tides of March versus beware the Ides of March. And it was just wonderful stuff. And just one thing we were missing somewhere down at the very end would have been an et tu, Brute. I mean, that would have been kind of cool to get in there. But nevertheless, what a gorgeous, absolutely phenomenal construction today, Randolph Ross. I want to say thank you for not adding any rebuy to the grid, because that would have made this just, I mean, unbearably work-ish. But this was an awful lot of fun. It was very challenging for a Sunday. Absolutely love that. There's nothing like a challenging puzzle to me. That is when I am literally the happiest. It's like at night. I told my wife since the day, we got married, like, no, if my feet are cold under the covers, that means I'm comfortable. Yeah, if the puzzle's challenged, that's where I'm happiest, right? So, wow. Randolph Ross, fantastic construction. Very well done. Bravo, good sir. So, let's bring down our bannière d'adieu, and we'll just bring this Sunday to a close. So starting, okay, we talked about this the other day, but starting next Saturday at the end of the grid, I think we're going to start sharing a little bit of art, maybe some techniques, maybe some stuff that I create on the side, and we'll do it at the end. So if you have no interest in the arts or in people that you like to just see work a crossword puzzle, doing art, right? You know what I mean? So then, yeah, totally get it. But, that'll be kind of a little bonus that we'll have there. I want to remind everybody, too, that, memberships are available, and it will be great because I have a member now, and it's my mom. And we want it to be like a not awkward thing. So if you want to join in on some monthly meet and greets, probably like every 2 weeks we'd have one, that'd be kind of fantastic. And it's actually not a lot of money at all, surprisingly. So it's pretty cheap. I had no idea that it even existed. So now apparently I have a membership thing. So join up. If anything, just maybe like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because, subscription is free too. I mean, that's a free one. It'd be really kind of a nice thing. It has been a fabulous week with you. I know I've got a crazy week ahead of me. There may be a day or two that my friend Crosswordland may have to fill in, but I don't think so. I think we've kind of got it under control. But in the meantime, until we see you tomorrow for the Monday grid, auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Que tengas un lindo día. Masalamati. Annyeonghaseyo. Henlapgai. Be well out there. Be nice to strangers, of course, right? And remember, all of those people you meet with those thick, hard-to-understand foreign accents, they're the bravest souls you'll ever encounter, because they are working towards making a new life in a place where they don't even get to exchange the local currency of the lingua franca, right? Can you imagine going to another side of the world, starting up a new life, and having to learn that language on top of it? I can. It's crazy. Be well out there. Cheers.